that's interesting. Well, MAGA, it seems like a lot of you are going to be foolishly going without farms next month. Maybe you use too much of your money on cheap processed farms. I mean, have you ever thought about getting a job? Oh, so your farm was your job? Well, maybe you should get another job. Or, maybe just get another farm, right? I mean, it seems really like you should pull yourself up by your bootstraps, right? I mean, let's be honest. What did you do with last month's farm?
Another weird week, Halloween edition. President hasn't been around this much fake blood since that time he heard the bullet in Pennsylvania. But Halloween seems like a holiday his administration would be well suited for. They really want to scare people by pretending to be something they're not, and they think you should give them a prize for it. We've got insecure men masquerading as military warriors and thugs dressing up as law enforcement following orders of an arsonist pretending to be a firefighter. While the president's body is slowly becoming its own Halloween costume, the government's taking over companies, detaining citizens and causing breadlines. So I guess the USA's costume this year is just late 80s USSR. Noam doesn't know if she's G.I. Joe or Barbie, but she's trying so hard to be hot she just might be melting. They're dressing up one of the deadliest 24 hours in Gaza is Middle East peace, and the president's bumbling Asia trip that might just get us back to Joe Biden's status quo as a historic victory. If you prefer that trip in metaphor form, a U.S. fighter jet and chopper also crashed into the South China Sea. Mike Johnson's pretending he's got a super secret plan for healthcare and also that the Democrats are really the ones in charge in D.C. And if you go trick-or-treat at his house, he'll explain to you how it's lazy to ask for food assistance. While the GOP holds food for kids hostage, corporations write millions in generous ballroom donations and pretend it's not just payback for the billions in corporate tax breaks. We learned cheating people out of thousands in the NBA will get you arrested, but cheating them out of billions in crypto will get you pardoned and an invite to the brand new Epstein ballroom. RFK Jr. admitted he was just kidding about Tylenol and would like you to now call him RJK. Halloween's about understanding fear, normal fears like losing healthcare and not being able to feed your kids, but also the fear you instill in them. Billionaires fear you'll realize they're the minority who's ruining America. Mike Johnson's afraid you won't forget about those pesky files, and the GOP's afraid of Jack Smith because he offered to testify about what he knows. And while the president's clearly haunted by the ghost of Ronald Reagan, what he fears most are the people who stand up to him. After 1 week in a protest, the dude started building a bigger bunker. So while Mar-a-Lago Antoinette tells you you're eating too much cake, just keep pushing back. Help those you can, and don't give in to the monsters. They're just actors in costumes and makeup trying to scare you. Happy Halloween. Have a good weekend. Stay ornery.
Let's talk about a legit crisis that's about to happen here in America. More than 40 million Americans are about to lose federal food assistance. 40 million. Losing money they get for groceries because of the government shutdown. Now, you've probably heard a lot about SNAP recently. It's an acronym for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, the largest anti-hunger program in this country. There's been a lot of misinformation going around about those who receive SNAP benefits. So here are the facts, according to the most recent government data. Nearly 20% of SNAP recipients are adults over 60. More than 11% are children younger than 5. 10% of those receiving SNAP benefits include non-elderly individuals who have a disability. And here is the number I really want to focus on. 28% of people on SNAP have earned income. A majority had a gross monthly income at or below 100% of the poverty level. So for example, for a family of 4, the average poverty level salary is $32,150 a year. What I want you to take away from that is lots of these folks have jobs. They are working, but they still don't make enough to cover daily expenses. People like this.
Work almost 90 hours a week. I work the weekends. I work third shift. I make $17 an hour. And I still need food stamps because I can't afford to feed my kid.
There's more. White Americans are the largest racial group getting the food assistance. Nearly 90% were born here in the US, and the other roughly 10%, they're either naturalized citizens, refugees, or other non-citizens. If we're going to talk about the face of hunger in the richest country in the world, let's at least be honest about who it is we're talking about.
No need to worry. We have a whole government whose job it is to keep its citizens fed. I'm sure there's something they can do at this point.
there's nothing we can do at this point.
Trump has done all he can to minimize it, but there's nothing else he can do.
The Trump administration has done its best to try to minimize these hardships, but ultimately it starts to run out of funds and run up against the bounds of law, and there's really nothing more they can do.
This is a national safety net, and you're talking about it like it's a return after 30 days. Oh, sorry the pants gave you a camel toe. There's nothing we can do. So according to the Trump administration, the only way to keep SNAP funded is for Democrats to end the shutdown. And sure, I get why they want people to think that, but what's interesting is that when the Trump administration needed to find funding to pay the troops, they shifted money around and they found it. Hell, they even got help from one of their billionaire friends.
The New York Times reports reclusive billionaire Timothy Mellon gave the government $130 million to help pay troops during the shutdown.
Our military has a sugar daddy? I swear, ever since Epstein Island shut down, billionaires do not know how to spend their cash.